Hi everyone, Dave here, back with another video. I kind of felt like doing a video today, and I wasn't sure what to do. Some of the stuff I'm working on is taking a little bit more time, so I figured, you know what, let's do something chill, let's do something fun, let's do something relaxed, and I figured I'd just show you guys my Funko Pop collection today. It's kind of surprising. I mean, obviously, I have figures. I'm a big figure guy, but it took me a while to get into Funkos. I don't know why. I just never got into them. But for those who don't know, I work at a collectibles store, and like last year, a few times last year, we would get like people selling their Funko collections. So there would be like, maybe a week straight where all I did was um, like list Funkos and pack Funkos for shipping and everything. So it gave me the opportunity to kind of see more of them up close. And in particular, there were two in particular that actually came in loose, so out of box, and it gave me an opportunity to like see their detail close up. And I'm like, wow, these are actually kind of cool. It's some of them are pretty expensive, but for the most part, it's a cheap way for people to get into figure collecting, because a lot of figures are like $400 or $500, and sometimes some of the rarer Funkos can get up there. But for the most part, it's a cheaper way for people to collect their favorite characters, and they look cool. There's a lot of detail, but at the same time, they maintain the same, the blocky kind of head, the beady eyes. Like, you could have two characters from completely different franchises, or like a real person and then some super obscure cartoon character, and put them on a shelf next to each other, and they look uniform. They still look like they belong together. So that's kind of what attracted me to Funkos, and that's kind of what started my interest in starting a collection. So, enough baloney. I'll cuss in this one. I don't care. Enough bullshit. I just felt the need to explain that because there might be someone out there like me who's like, oh, Funkos, I don't get it. They're cool. So I just felt the need to explain that for whatever reason. Maybe turn somebody on to Funkos. But if you guys are watching this video, you probably already like Funkos. So I'm now realizing that this whole intro was pointless. But again, it wouldn't be a Davey Doughboy video if I didn't talk about nothing for the first 2 minutes of every video. But anyway, let's hop into it. This video will be split up into two parts. I'm going to show you the Funkos in my house right now. And then later on in the video, I actually have like half of my collection at my office at work. So I'll show you guys that afterwards. But okay, cool. Thanks. Let's get started. So here we are. Just a quick overview of everything. You guys may have seen these in my top 5 most overrated anime characters video because I shot that footage using my TV, and these guys sit right below it. And yes, I keep my Funko out of the box. If I'm going to pay money for it, I'm going to want to look at them. So let's get started. First, we've got the Green Lantern and Superman from the like samurai set. I don't really know what specifically the set's called, but they're in like samurai armor, which I think is super cool. Really kind of unique. I mean, I'm a big lover of Japan and Japanese culture, and mixing that with superheroes I think is super neat. So I have those guys. I have a glow-in-the-dark Dea de los Muertos Blue Beetle. He doesn't really glow all that well, but I kind of got him because he looked cool. I honestly don't really like glow-in-the-dark stuff because it keeps me awake at night, so it's kind of fine that he really doesn't work all that well. Next, we've got Joe the Condor. Oh gosh, what anime is Joe the Condor from? I have the box down here. One second. I can't find it right now, but he's always looked cool to me, and the box was super beat up, so I got him for a decent price. So I figured I'd hang on to him. Next, we've got two of the Gutama. Is that how you pronounce his name? The little like top ramen mascot guy egg thing. I love ramen, and I thought these were just hilarious to have. We've got him in like a little eggshell, and then we've got him in like a boat type situation. So those are really cool. So I like those a lot. Again, I'm a big ramen guy, so I went to college. Next we've got Yusuke Urameshi in like his like demon form. This obviously, as you guys know, Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime. I will not shut up about it. But this was like a Funimation exclusive figure. There was actually in the town I went to school in, and also I kind of grew up there because I lived in a very small town, and then the next town over is where I worked for a while and went to school and everything. There's a shop that opened up that just is Funko Pops, which is really cool. And I was in there one day, and he had this guy, and obviously I'm like, yes, that's my boy. I had to pick up Yusuke. Look at this hair. Look at this mane that he's got going here. It's very hard to get him to actually stand up. So it's usually a miracle if he doesn't fall over, but I love it. I think it's a great figure. He's got the whole spirit gun situation going on, and yeah, it's, you know, like I said, a great cheap way to add your favorite figures to your collection, because as much as I love Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't own any Yu Yu Hakusho figures because they're all so expensive, but, you know, here's Yusuke right there for a decent price. I paid more than I would like to admit, but it still wasn't a terrible price. Next, we've got Goku and Android 18 from Dragon Ball. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Android 18. Goku, obviously, if you watch that overrated anime characters video, you know, I got some issues with him, but at the end of the day, it's still Goku. So, you know, I had to get a Goku Funko. And actually, these two were ones that came into the shop, actually, at the shop I work at. So that was cool to get those. And then lastly, well, second to lastly, we've got V from BTS. I freaking love BTS, dude. I love those guys so much. I think they're all just so cool, and their Funkos are cool as well. You know, all the detail, the rings, the jewelry, everything. This is from the Dynamite music video as well, specifically, which is a great song. If I had a sliver of coolness that just one of the members of BTS has, I would be a happy man. I could die happy. 100 subscribers, and I'll do a butter dance tutorial. That'll be the goal. That'll be the 100 subscriber goal. But yeah, BTS is great. If you don't like BTS, I guess you just like don't have ears or something. And then finally, oh no, V. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this is quite literally falling apart. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. No problem. Lastly, we have Ron Swanson. Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows of all time, and the outdoors episode, the hunting episode, is one of the funniest episodes of that show. So, god damn it, V, I'm sorry, brother. So it just kind of makes sense that I picked up Ron here, because that show I've literally watched, I think, 4 or 5 times. It is quite much better. God, this is literally just like a bad video that I'm doing right now. This is so bad. But Parks and Rec is funnier than The Office. I said it. It's better than The Office. The characters are more interesting. The show's funnier. The plot points actually go places and aren't just like, oh, Goofy, Dwight, and Jim kind of being an asshole. Like, I don't hate The Office, but Parks and Rec is way better. Anyway, so this ends this part. This is kind of the overview of what I'm working with here at home. I'm going to take you guys into my office right now and show you the next part. Hey, so here we are in my office. I want to be a little quiet just because I don't want to bother anybody. I just wanted to run through this real quick for you guys. So here we have I believe this was, I believe this was like the breast cancer awareness Superman. That's why he's pink. And the green Power Ranger. These were the two that I mentioned briefly that kind of got me into Funko Pops. You know, just them being out of the box, you know, allowed me to, I guess, admire a little bit more of the detail and kind of realize, like, hey, I kind of like these things. So, you know, that's kind of what spurred the collection. And then we head up to the other ones here. We have Robin in the samurai suit, and this is the chase. I like Robin a lot. I think it fits well with the whole samurai theme.
Obviously, him being, raised by the League of Assassins and such. I'm not a big fan of Damian Wayne Robin. In fact, Tim Drake is probably my favorite Robin, so I don't really know which Robin this is supposed to be, but I'm just going to pretend it's Tim Drake because he's my favorite. Next, we have Jim Kelly, Buffalo Bills quarterback, or, well, was the Buffalo Bills quarterback back in the 90s when the Bills were really good. And now we have the new truth, Josh Allen, who is the quarterback right now when the Bills are good. If I can go perpendicular here, these two guys, I love my Bills, I love my football, and my personal favorite Bills quarterback was Doug Flutie, but these two guys are statistically probably the two best quarterbacks the Buffalo Bills have ever had, and the Buffalo Bills have always been a team that have never had the best quarterback play, so it's really nice to have the two goats right here. As soon as they make a Doug Flutie Funko Pop, that shit I'm grabbing right away. Next we have Krillin. This is probably the my favorite Funko Pop just because Krillin's my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. I've got to get him home and put him next to Android 18, put them together. But I mentioned before Krillin's my favorite Dragon Ball Z character, and I really like having his Funko Pop. I was looking for everywhere for this. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but it came into the shop one day, and I just knew I had to have it. So I put it up here with all the other ones. Next, we have Arnold Palmer. I'm actually a big golf fan. Something that you guys may not know about me. I really enjoy golf. I played it for pretty much throughout my entire childhood and got kind of good at it, honestly. I haven't played it in many years. Aside from last summer, I went out with a buddy of mine and we played. But aside from that, haven't played it in a while, and I lost all of my skill. But I love it, and of course, I also just love Arnold Palmer, the tee that got me through high school, the Arnold Palmer tees. I tried to lay off of them because I'm trying to cut back on my sugar because I'm an old man now, but I appreciate the amazing Arnold Palmer drink and the amazing Arnold Palmer, the golfer, and I just thought throwing in a nice golf pop would spruce up the collection a little bit. And then finally we have Death Metal Batman. I'm definitely a Batman fan. I'm not the hugest Batman fan, so I don't really go out of my way to collect Batman pops, but I do love me some metal, and I thought this is just really hilarious. Death Metal Batman. It reminded me of that old well, I don't know how old it is, but that Bat Metal animation, if you guys remember that, and I think they took audio from like Death Clock or whatever that show was called, and they just animated like Batman and Nightwing and Robin just shredding on guitars and drums and stuff, and that was really cool. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching this part, and thanks for watching the video. See ya.